Right now, someone is leaving a mosque feeling more ashamed than when they walked in. Someone else just left temple, wondering if they'll ever be good enough. And maybe you just got home from church, and that familiar heaviness is settling in your chest again. Here's what nobody wants to admit. Religion is making millions of people miserable, and I'm about to tell you why. But first, let me be clear. I'm not here to attack your faith. I'm here because I spent decades in the exact same trap, and what I discovered literally saved my life. Think about this. Every major religion started with someone who experienced divine love. Jesus, Muhammad, Buddha, Moses, Krishna. They all had profound encounters with the sacred. But here's where it gets interesting. What happened next is the same story every single time. Their followers created systems, rules, hierarchies, ways to measure who's in and who's out, who's worthy and who's not. Take Christianity. Jesus said, "Come to me, all who are weary, and I will give you rest." But walk into most churches, and what do you get? A list of things you're doing wrong, ways you're falling short, reasons you need to try harder. Islam means submission to God. Beautiful concept. But for millions, it's become submission to endless rules that make them feel like they're never praying enough, never pure enough, never devoted enough. Judaism gave us the concept of being chosen by God. Imagine that, chosen. But visit many synagogues and it's about checking boxes, following laws, measuring up to impossible standards. Hinduism teaches that the divine lives within you. You are literally sacred. But the caste system and karma have millions believing they're paying for past life mistakes, that their suffering is deserved. Buddhism started as a path to end suffering. The Buddha found enlightenment under a tree. But now people sit in meditation for years feeling like failures because they can't quiet their minds perfectly. Notice the pattern yet. Every single one started with love, acceptance, and liberation. Every single one got turned into a system that makes you feel inadequate. And here's the kicker. This isn't an accident. Religions need you to feel broken. Because if you felt whole, if you felt loved, if you felt enough just as you are, why would you need them? Think about that for a second. When do religious institutions have the most power? When you feel the most unworthy. When you're desperate for their approval, their forgiveness, their validation. I'm not saying religious leaders are evil, most genuinely want to help. But they're trapped in the same system. They learned that making people feel guilty fills pews. That shame brings in donations. That fear keeps people coming back. But what if I told you the founders of these faiths would be horrified by what's happened? Jesus hung out with the people religious leaders rejected. Buddha left his palace specifically to escape empty rituals. Muhammad stood against the religious corruption of his time. They weren't trying to make you feel worse. They were trying to set you free. Now here's where it gets personal. I was the perfect religious person. Never missed a service. Followed all the rules, volunteered constantly. And I was dying inside. The harder I tried, the emptier I felt. The more I did, the less worthy I became. Until one night, I hit bottom. I mean really hit bottom. And in that darkness, I heard something. Not from a preacher, not from a holy book, from somewhere deeper. You are already loved. You were loved before you did anything right or wrong. The love isn't something you earn. It's something you are. That's when I realized religion had it backwards. It's not about climbing a ladder to reach God. It's about realizing God already reached you. It's not about becoming worthy. It's about discovering you always were. Listen, this is urgent. Every day you spend feeling religiously inadequate is a day stolen from your life. Every moment you believe you're not good enough is a moment you miss the love that's already there. The mystics in every tradition knew this. Christian mystics talked about union with Christ. Sufi Muslims spoke of dissolving into divine love. Jewish Kabbalists described the soul's inherent holiness. Hindu sages taught that you are that. Buddhist masters pointed to your Buddha nature. They all discovered the same secret. The one religion doesn't want you to know. You don't need to be fixed. You need to remember who you are. Now I know what you're thinking. But what about sin? What about karma? What about all the things I've done wrong? Here's the profound truth hidden in plain sight. Love comes first, always. Before the rules, before the mistakes, before religion itself. The divine, whatever name you use, loved you before you took your first breath. And nothing you do can change that. But religion flipped the script. It says, behave, then you'll be loved. Measure up, then you'll be accepted. Follow the rules, then you'll be worthy. That's not transformation, that's manipulation. Real spirituality works the opposite way. First, you discover you're loved. Then from that love, you naturally transform, not because you have to, because you want to, not from fear, from gratitude. This is why religion makes you feel worse. It starts with what's wrong with you instead of what's right. It emphasizes the distance between you and the divine instead of the connection that's already there. And before you think I'm some New Age guru making this up, go read the mystics. Read Jesus's actual words, not what people say about them. Read the Sufi poets. Read the Upanishads. They're all saying the same thing. You are not separate from divine love. You never were. You can't be. But if you knew that, if you really knew that, would you need someone else to tell you how to find God? Would you need an institution to validate your worth? Would you need religion at all? That's the question that changes everything. So here's my challenge. For just 1 week, stop trying to be good enough. Stop measuring yourself against religious standards. Stop believing you need to earn what's already yours. Instead, ask yourself, what if I'm already loved? What if I always was? What if the only thing standing between me and that love is the belief that I don't deserve it? Because that belief, that toxic limiting belief, that's what religion gave you. And that's what's making you miserable. The divine love that started it all is still there, waiting, not for you to be perfect, just for you to stop believing you need to be. Your worth isn't up for debate. It never was. And deep down beneath all the religious conditioning, you know this is true. The question is, what are you going to do about it?